Hey there! Welcome to today's Sunday Set Yourself Up for Success live video. This is a new practice I'm having. You'll see me on Sundays setting yourself up for success going live. And so, what I want to share with you this week is this concept of our past self, current self, and future self. Now, we all are aware that we have a past self, right? And we can also grasp our minds around and realize that our current self is not the same as our past self, say our past self 5 years ago, right? We can understand that and we can see in our current life how we do things very differently than we did 5 years ago, right? And then we also have a future self. And our future self is out into the future. What the challenge comes in where when we're struggling with something and we're navigating a change, or we have a goal, or we have a habit or something we want to change, we actually forget that we're progressing and evolving and that we actually aren't fixed, right? Even though conceptually we are aware that the current self we are right now is very different than our past self. But we don't actually see and comprehend it in the moment when we're trying to make a change and realizing that it was growth cycles, it was upward cycles of success that we experienced in more of a secular form, not like a straight line form like this. And so we had some learning to do. We had some changing to do. We had some thoughts to change, some beliefs to change, and feelings to experience. And it was some ups and downs that we experienced, but yet each and everything that we observed, noticed, and allowed ourselves to experience, we actually slowly made a cycle up towards what it is that we wanted to change and to who we are now. But also, the reality is, right now, in this moment, as you're listening to this, by the time it's over, that's actually a future self. Your current self is listening, and your past self was the self that will hit play on the video. And so if you can start processing and thinking about past self, current self, future self like that in small, tiny increments, and letting go of blaming your past self and belittling your past self, and view your past self as the past self. That past me was doing the best that I could at that moment in time with the information and the knowledge that I had at that moment in time. And what is my current self going to learn, think, do, and grow that will impact my future self, right? And that future self could be 5 minutes from now. It could be tomorrow morning. What am I going to do today to set up my tomorrow morning future self for success? And this idea has been playing around with me. I learned about it through my training at the Life Coach School. And then I am taking and going through Benjiman Hardy's 30 Days to Your Future Self, like training, 30 little 10-minute trainings. And so through that, I was exposed to a TED Talk by Gilbert. And what I loved in the quote, and it's the one that actually was pointed out in the training I'm taking from Benjamin, but it says, human beings are works in progress that mistakenly think they're finished, right? And so if we are current self-wise thinking we're finished, we're fixed, we're finite, and forget that we're actually not, right? We had a past self, and it's easier to think of that concept in looking at your 5 years ago self or even your 2 years ago self. And really right now, our 2020 self, as we entered 2020, was forced to make a lot of change and transformation. And so you might even be able to see crystal clear how your current self, now from even your 18 months ago self and your 3 months ago self has really, really been impacted. But I want you to really micromanage it down and narrow it down and make it really small for yourself and think about, wait, my past self was just 5 minutes ago of something I didn't know. And now my current self knows that. And what is my current self going to do with that knowledge and that insight? And how am I going to set up my future self, which could be 5 minutes from now or tomorrow morning, right, for success? And so as you're wrapping your head around that, and I talk a lot about this inside my virtual life coaching membership, is wrapping your head around that you're on this upward growth cycle of success. You're constantly circling around, exploring things, experimenting with things, experiencing things, Xing out beliefs and thoughts that you had, Xing out actions that you were taking, Xing out feelings about it, right? Igniting your curiosity around what else could be possible and trusting yourself to figure it out. And as you're doing that and really thinking about it like this way, this helps to let go of shame, blame, and judgment. All right, so have an awesome week and set yourself up for success. I'll see you next week on Sunday Success Day.